Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Will you make your mind up? Welcome, Simon's Trading Channel. It's Thursday. That's one day away from Friday, which is when CME will close its weekly candle. What's it going to look like? Well, I hope it's not basically a doji, which it may well be, or maybe not. Let's have a look. What's it look like? What does it look like at the moment? Oh, yes, it may end up being completely indecisive. But, there are still 22 hours left for that closure, for that weekly closure, which seems weird, right? When you think it's still Thursday. You think there'd be longer than 22 hours left, but it is fairly late on Thursday, so I apologize for that. Let's get on with the rest of it. All right, so on the daily time frame on Bybit, you can see that the range that I had on yesterday remains. The gaining of momentum on the daily time frame through the MACD remains. This remains green. While it's green, then it's going up. And it will remain in green and therefore going up, even though it's below the zero line, as long as Bitcoin closes daily time frames basically above 59,000. And it's, $1,500 above there at the moment. That's all right. There's just under 2 hours to go before it closes that daily candle. So I think that's probably fair enough, and the MACD then should move a little bit closer to the zero line. Remember, the closer it gets to the zero line, the more accurate this number becomes. My indicator for shift in momentum personally is for the MACD crossing the zero line, either to the upside or the downside. So yes, that's that. The 4 hour is very rangy indeed and continues to be so. You can see how it's perfectly, well, no. You can see how the blue lines match up to the 4 hour price action really nicely. And you can probably see, and I'll show you on a super duper low time frame, this mini range that Bitcoin is in at the moment. But just while we're on the 4 hour time frame, you can see the last couple of closures have turned as red. So even though momentum is to the upside, it is cooling off a bit, and it will continue falling unless Bitcoin, whenever this closes in an hour and 40 minutes, can get $300 back to the upside, then it'll continue falling. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin does indeed keep this green, but it's red for now. A bit too far away from the zero line for this to make any, for this to be meaningful. But there we go. Now, this bit of price action here, right, which I think is since Wednesday, if I jump down to a 15-minute time frame, which I don't often do, but the fact that I'm doing it means that, my goodness, there's not much volatility going on. Yeah, this is Wednesday, 5 o'clock, right? So this move up here corresponds to this green candle on the 4 hour, right? And you can see since then, there have been no 15-minute closures, basically below 60,000, which is a key number, right? It's also pretty much, I think, half of my little range here, which doesn't look little on this chart, but that's just because it's 15-minute time frame. But you can see there, so where's the midpoint? Okay, it's 59.5, but I mean, it's very close to 60,000, right? So yeah, I think Bitcoin for this mini range, which is only really on the very, very low time frames, to continue needs to not really close, I would say. Yeah, probably not close any 15-minute time frames or probably hourlies below 60,000. And if it can do that, then, well, it's consolidating in the top half of this range. And the longer it does that, the more likely it is to hit its head up against it one more time and then hopefully break through. I really do want that to happen by tomorrow, by the close of play for CME tomorrow, because without low volatility the whole week, pretty much, since Monday, that's that'll be a week. That's a week today of sideways. If it gets into the weekend and it hasn't broken out or below, then I think it'll be getting into next week within the range, and that will be super dull. That'll be dull with a capital D. And, at that point, I'll have to think, now Bitcoin is supposed to be a volatile asset. That's why people like it. That's why people trade it. That's indeed why people invest in it. If you're just going to go sideways for weeks on end, I'll switch to gold. I'll switch to conventional gold, not what some people call digital gold. Although I don't really care what they call Bitcoin. I'm just in it because it's a very it's an asset that's appreciating like nothing else. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it at that. It's only a 6-minute video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe. And I'll just leave you with this little thought. I think you probably know by now, but I got 3 dogs. I've got 2 Labradors who are my brothers, and their proxy sister who is a collie. And the brothers are called Steve and Stan, which people often raise their eyebrows to find out that I have two dogs that are brothers called Steve and Stan. I think the names are marvellous. I chose those names, but I didn't choose Millie's name, who's the collie, because she's a rescue dog. Anyway, they all get on great. The point of this little anecdote is that my sense of smell is not very good, and it's nothing to do with COVID. My sense of smell has been shocking since I had dogs, so for, 10, 11 years. And it's because I've got like a bit of a nasal allergy to dog hair. But I love the dogs so much, I don't care. I will sacrifice my smell. But I often think, how amazing would it be as a human with eyesight, because obviously many humans are blind, but a human with eyesight, which is marvellous, but also who had the smelling ability of a dog. Because dogs' worlds, I mean, we don't know this for a fact, but I think it's kind of accepted, are not as colourful as humans from a visual point of view, but they are infinitely more colourful from a smells point of view. And having a combination of that amazing clarity in vision and clarity in smell would make the world just marvellous. So I'll leave you on that little thought, and I don't know, maybe there'll be a medical AI or a gene adaptive AI in the future that can make us smell as well as a Labrador. I would love that so much. Bring it on. Bring on the AI. All right, take care, guys. See you tomorrow. Please like and subscribe. Bye-bye.